Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have my first European papaya. To be honest, I bought this in the supermarket. Well, in a small local shop. I would have preferred to forage my first European papaya, but it's a bit hard to forage for papayas in Europe. I'm here in the beautiful town of Nerja on the Costa del Sol in southern Spain. The most subtropical area of continental Europe. And yes, they do grow papayas here. When I was traveling this area quite often, about 15 to 20 years ago, papayas were very rare here. Just remember one garden where there was maybe half a dozen of nice, good papaya plants growing. But now, you see them, they are not really common. They are less common than bananas and definitely much less common than the really common fruit. But you see them, and you also see them sold a lot in small local shops. Right now we are in the middle of March. A lot of the papaya plants have lost all their leaves. The ones in more sheltered locations still have their leaves. I don't know if it was due to winds, due to frost, due to drought. I suspect the wind. And also, most of the ripish papayas I see, they have this color here. Well, the green ones are a little bit olive green, and even the ripe ones are not really nice and bright and yellow like I know them from the tropics or from the Canary Islands. I don't know if this is damage from the frost or from the wind. Also, quite a strange papaya variety. I don't think I've ever eaten such a pale papaya. Extremely pale. It has seeds, very few seeds, and most of them are not pollinated, but actually most of them are pollinated. A lot less seeds than I'm used to see. So yeah, this papaya is different. Oops, of course it's slimy and slippery like every papaya. It's different from the papayas I know in a lot of aspects. I don't know the variety. There were those huge fruit in the very slippery. There were those huge fruit in the little shop, and there were also much smaller male papayas. You know, the ones which hang on long stalks from the plant. Well, maybe I should have tried the male papaya too to see if they are the same color. The guy who sold them didn't know the difference between male and female papaya plants or male and female papaya fruit, and he basically said it's just a different variety. I'm pretty sure the smaller ones I saw were male. So now let's see. Quite a weak papaya smell, not as strong as the ones on the Canaries. Also quite a weak papaya taste, to be honest. It's ripe, it's soft. It's not disgusting like some papayas, but it's a bit bland. Not much sweetness, almost no sourness, and not a lot of papaya flavor. And of course, this very pale color I'm not used to at all in papayas. I think my phone shows the color pretty correctly. Yeah, there is maybe a slightly yellowish tint which my phone doesn't show very well, but here at the tip it is a bit bitter. Yeah, what shall I say? Not a great papaya, but for a papaya which ripened during the winter months in Europe, it's quite okay. I would like to taste a really nice summer papaya from Europe. I wonder if they have a stronger color and a stronger flavor and a stronger sweetness. So folks, I went around the hostel to share the rest of my papaya, and there was another guy who had bought a local papaya, a very different looking one, much more bright on the outside, almost as bright as the ones I know from the Canary Islands, and also bright on the inside, but not too bright on the very inside. Those are two halves of the same fruit, I checked. Now let's compare the taste of this one and this one. So this one was very pale and also very bland. The guy who gave me this papaya said, nah, he likes mine, it tastes like water. So then I guess that his tastes like real papaya. Let's see. Well, it has the color of a real papaya, it has the smell of a real papaya, much more strong than this bland one. It's not very sweet, it's also a bit bitter. It's not 100% ripe. I would say it's about as ripe or even a bit less ripe than the big one. It's a bit more tough. I think this one would be quite sweet when it's ripe. It's more like, like those papayas I had on Tenerife, but grown in winter with less sun and lower temperatures. But now, I must say that in this case, this one, the way it looks and the way it tastes, is not just from being grown in Europe. It must be another variety, maybe even a hybrid with papayuela or hybrid with babaco or something like that. No, I'm not even sure that this is Carica papaya. It could be some hybrid with Carica, Pentamera or whatever. So folks, those were my first two European papayas grown in Europe, grown on the Costa Tropical. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and fruit-rich Costa Tropical, and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.